Hey friends, Jeff here with RV Optimizer, and this is episode number 2 of RV Park Talk. This is where I go around the RV park and we interview different RV owners and we ask them 5 questions. What do you have? How long have you had it? What do you like the most? What do you like the least about your RV? And would you buy it again if it came to that? So with that said, before we go and find some folks, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. Doesn't cost anything, but it definitely helps me out. So with that said, let's go find us some RV owners. Okay, next up, I found Jeremy here. So Jeremy, tell everybody what you have and how long you've had it.
We've got a 2018 leisure travel van Wonder. It's a Murphy bed edition, so 24.5 feet. We've had it since it was new, so we bought it January of 2019. So that's now 5 years.
Yeah, nice. That is a good long time.
Yes.
To know what you like and what you don't like. So my first question would be, what's the thing you like the most about it?
It's actually the right size. We've lived in tiny houses for the last few years off and on. We now live in this full time. So the dimensions of what it is actually fits our lifestyle pretty well.
Very nice. And I'm guessing, do you tow this car?
Yes.
And no problems?
No problems.
These are some serious hills around here.
Yes. No, that's had no problems. We've taken this across the country 6 to 8 times. Towing this behind it, it's never really had an issue. The car has more issue going up hills than the RV does.
So then my next question for you would be, if there's one thing you really don't like or wish leisure travel would have done differently, what would that be?
Like I said before, it's the actual model for the Transit chassis. That's with the whole entire leisure travel van. The Transit chassis with the i5 turbo diesels being the biggest issue. Other than that, just usual wear and tear, the stuff you're used to, especially if you're living in them full time.
So you haven't had many coach issues, it's just been the chassis, right?
It's mostly chassis. We've had the refrigerator's gone out, so we've had it for 5 years, so that went out. We've had to change out the batteries a few times, and that's about it.
Wow, that is awesome, I have to say. Because that is not what we typically hear when someone's owning an RV. It's just the opposite. It's like a lot of coach problems, no chassis problems. So I think I know the answer to this last question, but I'll ask it anyways. Would you buy it again?
I would probably buy another LTV. We've definitely looked at the other models. I'm a person who's against slide outs. So I'd go with the rear lounge without the slide out. Still the Wonder model, but yeah, I probably would, as long as it doesn't have the turbo diesel.
Yeah, so
which now they do have the gasoline engines now. So
would you lean towards the Ford again, or maybe the Mercedes on this?
I'd still stick with the Ford just because I can basically get it serviced almost anywhere, where Mercedes, you usually got to find a Mercedes dealership. So Ford's a little bit more frequent than the Mercedes dealerships.
Yep, fair enough. Well, thanks for taking a couple minutes and sharing your thoughts.
No problem.
All right. Up next, I found Tip here to talk a little bit about his rig. So Tip, tell us, what do you own and how long have you had it?
It's a Momentum 395 MS. It's a 2022 model. Had it for 2 years.
Okay. And it sounds like, based on what we were talking about earlier, you've been on a few trips.
We have.
Yeah. So tell me one thing that you love or like the most about it.
Well, the fact that we can bring 2 motorcycles, 2 electric bikes, and still have enough room for my wife's clothes and shoes.
You gotta have priorities, right?
Yeah, this is the biggest rig you'll ever see for 2 people.
That's awesome. So over that course of time, the couple years you've had it and been on these trips, is there one thing that you regret or really don't like about it?
I don't like the fact that on the inside, I have to kind of move around 2 pieces of my sofa for my slides to come in for us to travel down the road.
Got it.
So I have to kind of fold them upside down and sit them on the other couch and strap them to it because of the way the slides come in. I dislike that, but other than that, it's been a really good rig.
Awesome. All right, so my last question for you. If you didn't have a rig today and you were gonna buy a new one or another one, would you buy this one again?
I would buy a Momentum for sure. Not 100% sure that I would buy the 395. I might buy one like the one that has the 4-person couch that you don't have to move around on the inside.
Fold back up.
But it's still, this thing works great. It works like a champ. I mean, we got more stuff than the average camper's got for just the 2 of us, and we had a problem.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks so much for sharing with the audience.
Certainly.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Friends. Next up, I found Steve. And Steve, well, I'll let Steve introduce you. I'll ask the 5 questions. What do you have? How long have you had it? What do you like most? What do you like least? And would you buy it again? So we'll start with the first one. What do you have, Steve?
We have a 23 Solus PX without the pop top.
Okay, awesome. And you've had it, you bought it brand new?
Brand new, had it about 2.5 years.
Okay. And I guess if you had to pick something you like the most?
Well, what I like the most and the reason we bought it is we can put our bikes inside.
Okay.
And we do a lot of cycling, and I don't want to put them on the outside.
Got it.
And
do you have little electric bikes that you
No, they're just regular mountain bike and road bikes, but
Okay.
we can, I have rigged up some fork mounts so we can kind of X them across the back little garage area.
Got it.
And that works out
Okay.
pretty well.
So you like it for its capability of storing what you need?
Correct.
Because a lot of folks, when they look at this size, they go, is that going to be enough room for me?
Right.
Did you have one before this one?
We've had travel trailers, but
Okay.
not a van.
Okay.
And we were only
First camper van.
First camper van. Our travel trailers were nothing more than 19 feet, so basically it's the same thing.
Got it. And so if you had to pick that one thing that maybe you could say, not so crazy about.
I think the thing would be I would like a little bit bigger freshwater tank, and well, I'm going to give you 2 things.
Okay, yeah.
The freshwater tank mounted, it's mounted under the sink. I'd prefer it to be mounted in the back. And the 2 batteries that are mounted, or the house batteries are mounted underneath. It would be great if those were inside as well.
Got it. Lithium batteries in that?
No.
No, lead
I'm
acid.
about ready to put some in.
Convert that over.
Yeah.
Okay. So then my $10,000 question.
Okay.
That everybody wants to know, if they're looking at one of these, would you buy it again?
Yes, but I would compare to see what else was on the market that was similar, and the price point was very important to us.
Sure.
We can't afford a Sprinter, one of these things that we're seeing here today.
Right.
So from that perspective, and it's I want to call it, it's basic. It's got switches. Doesn't have screens to run all your lights and all that. So if it's a switch that goes bad, you change the switch. You don't have to change out a whole panel.
Right.
So from that perspective, it works out really well for us.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. If you're looking at a van this size, Steve endorses that. So thank you, Steve, for taking a few minutes.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thanks for watching this episode of RV Park Talks. I hope all your future RV trips are optimized.